Hello there, and you are watching a Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, developed by BioWare and published by LucasArts. This is a modded playthrough which utilises the originally cut difficulty setting, Impossible Difficulty. Because Knights of the Old Republic has adaptable difficulty settings where the player can modify the difficulty setting whenever they want to, it is very difficult to prove that I am always playing on impossible difficulty. However, I would like to assure all of my viewers that the game has been played on impossible difficulty, and there will be infrequent reminders occasionally throughout the Let's Play to prove this. Hello people of the internet, this is Shaky Jake, and I really need a catchphrase. Previously on Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, we met up with Mission Veu once again, who was panicking because her best friend Zalbar the Wookiee had been kidnapped by Gamorrean slavers. Fortunately, we were able to rescue Zalbar, and we now have a party of 4 people: Red, Calf, Mission and Zalbar. And now that Zalbar has been rescued, Mission is going to live up to the promise she made and help us enter the Black Vulkar base through the rear entrance. So let's do that. Once again, this is
Big Z.
Ooh, hello.
We gotta do something about your breath. I didn't want to say anything, but it's bad. Worse than usual, which is hard to believe. In fact, now that I think about it, your breath has been pretty rancid ever since we rescued you from those Gamorrean slavers. What'd they feed you, buddy? Oh, Zalbar, that's terrible. I know how grouchy you get if you don't get your 8 square meals a day. I'm amazed you didn't pass out from hunger. Ew! No wonder your breath is so bad, Big Z. Gamorreans smell like bantha poodoo. We'll have to pick you up a toothbrush to clean that stench out of your choppers. Okay, relax. No toothbrush. Sheesh. Just try and eat something else to cover up that smell, okay? Stay away from anything that's smart enough to lock you in a cage this time.
Now that's interesting because I think the way the party members' conversations trigger, I think it's completely randomised. I did load this up earlier on a, failed recording where it just kept minimising to the desktop because of the Windows 10 bug where games I play will just minimise to the desktop twice in a row and then never do it again. And Mission and Zalbar didn't have that conversation. So I imagine it's completely random when it triggers. It will eventually, it's just completely random when it does. So first things first, I need to heal myself up because I'm not planning to level my character up anytime soon if I can help it, because I want to have 16 levels worth of Jedi levels later. Now Zalbar, let's take a look at him for a moment. So Zalbar is a scout, so he can equip implants if we have any, but we don't. The only thing he can't equip are clothes, because, he's a hairy furball, and as a Wookiee, Wookiees don't traditionally wear clothes in the grand scheme of things. So what I normally like to do is I give Zalbar 2 swords to play about with, simply because I think he works better as a close combat character than as a ranged character. So that's my preference with Zalbar. Your mileage might vary. And the sound was disabled there for some reason until I switched screens, which was a bit random, but okay. Let's level Zalbar up, because he's going to be a bit tankier now with the mod I've installed. So, the one where I have extra feats. So the recommended skill tree puts it into computer use for some reason. That's okay, I guess. I mean, we could put it into demolition so we've got another demolitions expert, but computer use is fine for now. And feats, what are the recommended? Critical strike and 2 weapon fighting. That's reasonable. I mean, we could take critical strike off and just have him have an upgraded 2 weapon fighting, which I might actually do just so he hits a bit more. And he's got flurry anyway, so you know, flurry will do. I can give him critical strike at a later date if need be. So let's press OK to that. And let's proceed. We've explored most of this sewer, although I have noticed that enemies either have respawned or I didn't completely go through that area properly. I don't know. Let's take out some rat ghouls and hopefully not die. And as you can see, Zalbar just wrecked those rat ghouls there because he's quite tanky now, and I don't know where he's running off to. Oh, he's killing more rat ghouls, okay. Bit arrogant, Zalbar, calm down. So yeah, Zalbar's pretty tanky already. He may actually be rivaling Karth for most powerful party member that we have so far. So I need to backtrack to the shields, don't I? If I can actually remember which way I'm going in this game. Not that it matters that we're getting lost, because it gives us an opportunity to try and trigger the second mission and Zalbar conversation. Because once we've done that, I ideally want to switch Karth back in, so I can have Karth and Mission trigger their second conversation, because I haven't triggered that one yet. So, what's Mission got to say about this?
You won't be able to get that computer to lower the energy fields unless you know the proper codes. Lucky for you, I've got them. I picked them off the pocket of a Black Vulkar who had a little too much to drink in the cantina one night. Here, let me get that energy field down for you.
And there we go. Force field is down. And you can pretty much not use Mission for the rest of the game as far as I'm aware if you really wanted to. But we're nicer than that, and we're going to try and give the party members of this game an equal opportunity with each planet, and, you know, give them all a chance to shine a few times. Gonna turn the volume down on my end because it's a little bit louder than I'd like. Ooh, synchronised killage. That's what I like to see. Do the Gamorreans have any remains? Yes, they do. 40 credits, not bad. That's one thing I haven't actually talked about with this game. The loot you get off enemies isn't randomised like it is in the sequel. So you're pretty much stuck with what you get in the first Knights of the Old Republic, whereas in the sequel you get a random experience every time. And I believe this is the right way, and I do want to explore the entire sewer, so we'll backtrack in a moment and go and see what the other door has to offer. Probably not much. Wow, Zalbar is just wrecking everything because of his improved 2 weapon fighting. So let's backtrack for a moment. And the way you can build Zalbar is you could just focus him as a strength mule, because he is kind of, in my eyes anyway, he is kind of useful as a strength character. So Mission, I want you to recover this, hopefully.
What?
There we go. I think this ladder can either take you back out to the Undercity or it's another blocked ladder. I can't remember. Not going to bother clicking it now. And it's interesting because I normally trigger the first conversation with Mission and Zalbar around this part of the sewer, if not after the next door. But it just randomly triggered after I loaded that save, which I found quite interesting. So I am led to believe now that the conversations trigger whenever the hell they want, basically. Yep, Zalbar is going to be incredibly useful on impossible difficulty. I'm glad I've brought him along for the sewers. And for some reason, Zalbar's Wookiee cry seems to be triggering late whenever I select him. Not quite sure why, but anyway. See what I mean?
Huh?
Seemed
Yes.
a bit delayed. And yeah, let's go through. There's 2 doors here. Just trying to remember which one isn't the main door. It's this one. Okay. So let's just kill these Gamorreans, get them out of the way. Zalbar's getting revenge on the people who kidnapped him. Mission.
What?
And Zalbar's Wookiee Cry actually triggered on time that time, so that's good.
Yes?
How many frag mines do we have? 12. That's not bad. Right, I remember now. This is normally where the conversation with Mission and Zalbar triggers for me on most normal games. But who knows, maybe we'll trigger the other conversation before we leave the sewers, because we're not too far out, actually. Severed Arm you're going to want to pick up because you get 2 unique items here. You get a Beck data pad and you get a synthesized odor. And you're going to want to use that synthesized odor, because if we go into our, you know, what we have equipped on us, if we look at the Beck data pad, you'll notice that they have a quote where it basically says, "We have synthesized a substance with an odor that resembles a favorite prey of Rancors. If we place the bait properly, we can lure the Rancor into eating something lethal enough to kill it." And what's lethal enough to kill a Rancor with synthesized odor? A grenade. So that's what we're going to do. If we open this door and go through, you'll see a massive Rancor here. If we approach this, let me pause in case it turns around. If we approach this Rancor, it will pretty much destroy us in one hit, and it's game over for pretty much everyone. That's the case on whatever difficulty you play it on. Some people used to get stuck on this, and I didn't know what I was meant to do. So I can't remember if I stealth moded it past the Rancor on my own and then, you know, got my party members back. I can't actually remember what I used to do before I read up and found out how I was meant to properly take out the Rancor. So what we're going to do is switch to mission and go into stealth mode.
No one's gonna see this mission.
And you don't have to necessarily do it in stealth mode, I think, but I usually do it just out of, you know, just in case the Rancor decides to attack us. So you go over to this corpse pile here, so all the meals this Rancor has had. Click on this, grab the 2 frag grenades and the computer spike, you might as well. And then what you want to do is use the very rarely, if ever used option, switch to give item. And what you do is you locate a frag grenade first, or any type of grenade, it doesn't really matter. We'll use a sonic grenade simply because I'm not using those at the moment. And then you want to go over to the synthesized odor, because if you put the synthesized odor in on its own, it won't work. It will just, you know, come over, eat it, then go back. So make sure you put the grenade in first. So put the synthesized odor in, and we get to watch a nice little cutscene of a Rancor. Oh, apparently I have to close this. I didn't realise that. I thought I'd just do it automatically. We get to watch a nice cutscene of the Rancor killing itself. And there we go. Rancor is now dead.
Yes?
Make sure to turn solo mode off. And I think, yeah, you can attack the Rancor a bit further for, just for prosperity, I think. I don't think this actually does anything. No, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't give you anything extra. Yeah, and it'll just disappear like you know, like a Jedi when they get killed and they become one with the Force. Doesn't make sense to me, but oh well. And there we go. That's the Rancor dealt with. We go through this sewer door, I believe. Oh, one thing I do like about Zalbar, it might not be clear on the recording, but every time you run with Zalbar, you can see his like bare feet, and they just look quite funny to me. I don't know why. They just look slightly amusing, and it might just be the engine and its age showing, but it always looked funny to me. So we got 2 Vulkar guards here. Zalbar, waste them, hopefully. Oh yeah, Zalbar is a Beast.
Yeah?
What?
I am tempted to actually keep Zalbar in for the base. I'm not sure. Energy shield. Excellent. So another one for me. And... shoot corpse with 3 med packs. That's good. No, I'm going to switch back to Calf, I think, only because this next section, I think Calf may have some extra dialogue in there. I'm not sure, but I'm going to take Calf and Mission. So, before I do that, let's transit back. I would go in and upgrade my prototype Vibroblade, but the problem is, the way the transit system works is you can transit back right now, but that only works if you stay in this area. If you go back in the actual apartment or the hideout, it's not gonna allow you the option to transit back to where you were, and I'd have to run all the way back down to the Undercity, and that would just take far too much time, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to switch party members here, just because it makes more sense than doing it in the sewers. Zalbar, you stay here. Calf, come back out. Although Calf is a bit weak. I'm going to transit back again. Give me a second. Right, there we go. Calf's got full health now after returning to the hideout and then transiting back for a second time. Let's carry on and give Calf an extra shield, or just give Calf a shield in general. Oh, Zalbar has the belt, doesn't he? Right, give me another second. I don't know if it's my imagination, but I swear I have less items than I'm normally used to. So for now, Calf has the belt that Zalbar was wearing, as I originally promised in the previous episode, I believe, and Calf's got it on now, which is, you know, absolutely fine with me.
What?
So Calf is now our most powerful party member, so he's going to be our main playable character, I think, for this. Providing he can aim properly, because that would be nice. For some reason the droids sound like aliens, which doesn't make sense to me.
Huh?
Sure.
Now the Black Vulkar base is interesting because in the normal game there's only 2 levels. This level in the upper level, and then there's a lower garage level. In the with the restoration mod installed, there's a secondary level that's sort of sandwiched in between, and that level has been well known as deleted content for many years. However, I've never actually experienced the game with it in any way whatsoever, so this is going to be a bit of a blind run for me because I've never played the game with that extra level. And I don't know whereabouts it's going to come in the overall scheme of things. So this is a learning curve for me. Oh, and I almost stepped into that gas mine. Let's not do that. Mission, recover it.
Sure.
One thing I never did when I first played this game as a kid was I never used my party members effectively. So for example, I never used Mission particularly outside of the first few minutes of the game. I never used Zalbar particularly outside of, you know, the first few minutes of this game, and Kashyyyk. And the only party members I ever really used were Calf, Bastila, and the other 2 Jedi who you pick up later on. I never bothered with many of the other characters. Oh wow, that Vulkar Cook was weak. So yeah, I never bothered with many of the other characters. It's only as I got older I realised they're actually awesome if you use them properly and build them properly. And I'm getting destroyed right now. Yeah, I'm getting destroyed. These droids are a lot more powerful than they seem. Particularly if Calf doesn't do anything and just stands there. Let's not use Power Blast in the future. Oh, Mission is almost dead. Let's level her up, which is perfectly timed. Recommended is just giving her everything. That's fine. We'll keep the 1 skill point for next time. Improve Scoundrel's Luck. That'll be useful. And we'll give her We'll give her an extra bit of damage in pistols, because that will be, you know, useful. Particularly on impossible difficulty.
You'll never get me.
Improved rapid shot, why not? And use that for a while.
How'd you like that?
There we go. Okay, that was a little bit rough. For some reason, Karth wasn't firing as often as he probably should have been. But, you know, that's fine. We did it in the end. Another energy shield. Give that to Mission. Just so she's got something for later. So this is the exit, I believe. Yes, we don't want to go back to the lower city just yet. We want to explore the rest of this. Oh, there's another droid. Right. Energy shield time for me.
Ready.
Karth.
Time to rumble.
Fire and please don't die. Thankfully, his dexterity's pretty damn good, so he will...
Yes?
You know, dodge a lot of enemy fire and all that good stuff. So let's backtrack through to here and make sure that we've explored every inch of the Vulkar base. Oh, so many droids here. The droids are actually scarier than the Vulkars half the time. So what do you have to say, waitress?
Please don't hurt me. I just serve the food here, that's all. I'm not like these others. I'm not even a Black Vulkar. Please don't kill me.
You're not even black. Oh, I went there. Yeah, I'm really low on material today. How did you end up here in the Black Vulkar base?
My name is Ada. My father owed Davik some money, but he couldn't pay. Davik killed my father and sold me into slavery here at the Vulkar compound to pay off the debt.
That is pretty grim, actually. Don't worry, I just want to ask you a few questions.
But I don't know anything. I'm just a prisoner here, a slave. The Vulkars don't tell me anything. They treat me like dirt. They beat me up if I screw up their orders.
You may know more than you think, miss. Help us and we'll help you, okay?
Well, all right. I still don't know how much help I can be. But I sure hope you get rid of all the Vulkars. I hate them.
And there we go, that's one of the reasons I took Karth, because I can't imagine Zalbar saying anything like that to a waitress. Where can I find the prototype swoop engine accelerator?
What? I've never heard of such a thing. I guess it might be in the garage on the lower level. That's where all the Vulkars go to work on their swoop bikes. But I've never been down there. The elevator is protected by a security system. Only the Vulkars are allowed to go down there.
That makes sense. I'm looking for a prisoner, a woman named Bastila.
Is she that Republic soldier? I heard one of the Vulkar mention her, but she's not here. He said Brejik didn't trust his men around her. I guess she's too important to be a slave here in the kitchens. Getting pawed and groped and kicked and spit on like me. Brejik must have taken her somewhere safe.
Yeah, it's probably because you have a generic face as well, therefore, you know, you're nothing special. I know that sounds a bit offensive, but you really aren't that special in the grand scheme of things. If I let you go, can you find your way out of here?
Now that you've killed the guards who were supposed to watch me, I think I could find my way out of here.
Hurry then, get out of here.
I'm free to go? You're not gonna kill me? I don't know how I can ever repay you. Thank you. Thank you. I have to get out of here before any of the Vulkars see me.
And we got some light side points because, you know, killing her is a bit pointless, really, let's be honest. There are a couple of dark side decisions in this game that just seem, you know, incredibly selfish for the sake of it, as opposed to being, like, fully, properly manipulative and everything. That's one thing the Knights of the Old Republic 2 does do better than the first game with dark side decisions. They're a lot more brutal, and if you play it in a certain way, you can do it as a proper manipulative Sith instead, which is how I would prefer to do dark side stuff, instead of just being like, oh, I'm going to kill you because I can. So let's explore around here. This is just going back to where we came from, which is fine. although I do want to show you a particular door you don't want to go through when you come through here. Right, basically do not go through this door because you will die automatically pretty much. It's actually impossible to get through there unless if you somehow break the engine or use exploits or whatever. Did I pick up anything from here? Yeah, I did. Okay, my short-term memory must be really bad at the moment. Okay, so who's got the better computer use now? Because I can't remember. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Okay, so I've got the best. I've got the best computer use. Good. We'll actually use that in a minute. There is someone behind here I want to speak to first.
No problem. Got it.
Oh, we kicked him in the face and he gave up. What are you talking about? You're a Vulkar, aren't you?
Tonga Bugsham Uninong. Wanga kun Beast King, but takum justak Miki Grabel Mogo. Kachichu Aitha Haudunga.
And interestingly, he gets on his knees as soon as he's beaten. I don't think you see that animation very often. If you hate Brejik so much, why don't you leave the gang?
Takum justak Miki Grabel Mogo. Kachichu Aitha Haudunga. Tonghai tuam Gigi Yumalith pa ang Yinkotu. Kachichu Aitha Haudunga.
You better give me some information if you want to live.
Chibedwana ni Bobo. Tonk Nabung Shanun Yang.
Where can I find the prototype swoop engine accelerator? Try saying that really fast.
Kuyami Jus Kachita Naipatoga Yafulki Kukula Jiti. Tabistyu Bonkonki Pangpa. Chingpala Chiskamuli.
Where can I get a pass card?
Kontichani Mulira Shonkturung Umnit Patogawan.
Is there some way to disable the security cannons?
Tonga Bugsham Uninong.
I want to ask you something else.
Chibedwana ni Bobo.
I'm looking for a prisoner, a woman named Bastila.
Kipuna Munanay Kachu.
I'm going to let you live. Go on, get out of here.
Kontichani Mulira Shonkturung Umnit Patogawan.
And there we go. So we kicked a dude in the face, he gave up, and he gave us information, all in a hard day's work. A hard day's night, however you want to play it. So if we go through this door, we're going to be ambushed by a lot of Black Vulkars. So what I normally like to do here is use the security panel here. So slice the computer. We got plenty of computer spikes, 26. So and that's the other thing as well. Every time you leave the terminal, you have to use a spike to slice the computer again. So make sure you do all of this in one go. Slice the computer. Let's look at the security cameras. Armory. That's fine. We don't want to do anything there. Barracks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people. And we can kill at least 7 of them. So let's do that. Overload the power conduit. And the one outsider is just like, what happened to all you guys? This is why being antisocial saved my life. So we can deal with him relatively easily. The rec room, we've been in there. The pool, we've not been in there, but we will shortly. The lift, we can shut down the garage elevator, although I am thinking we might be able to do that with the pass card like the Twi'lek said, so let's not do that just yet. Control room, nothing in there. Okay, system commands, open all security doors, upload area schematics if you want to have the map fully completed. Let's just log out for now, because we can always go back to it if need be. Lots of experience points, which is nice. And lots of remains. There's the pass card, excellent. Black Vulkar to kill, the remaining one. He was dealt with in a very efficient manner. Lots of credits here actually, which is quite nice. And supplies, so that might be more med packs. Well, one med pack, but that's still better than none. Okay, so that's this room dealt with. Energy shield we can give to Karth and mission. And then in here we could reactivate this droid to go inside the pool and blow itself up, because there is a gas mine in here, but it's probably just better to just walk in and do it myself.
I think I've been poisoned.
Is there any more? There we go. Stopped it just in time before I died. There's no point reactivating this droid, I found now, so just do it really quickly and you're fine. And open the footlocker, and we've got some nice upgradable items for guns primarily, and another bout, which I think we could give to mission actually, because I don't think we need the stealth field generator at the moment. Although we will put the stealth field generator back on her once we've done with this mission. Mission, done with this mission. Ah, the mission puns, so good. Oh, the armory, I forgot to open that up. Can we open it without using the terminal? We can. So there should be some weapons in here, if I remember correctly, yes. More upgradable items and some additional armour that might be better than what we've currently got on. Awesome, let's double check that. Defense bonus 5, plus 5, 6, but plus 3. Okay. I think my Achani armour is probably better than what the military suit is. However, we will give that to Karth, even though we are losing plus 1 dexterity there. And then mission can have the Republic. What's the difference? Oh, that's upgradable. Yeah, Republic mod armor then. There we go. And back to the terminal, because we want to, make sure the lift is deactivated. So, garage lift. Oh, we still... Wait, hold on, no, what am I doing? I've just wasted a spike there. We need to go to the other terminal, don't we? Karth, get out of my way. We need to go to the other terminal and use that one. And then I need to see if we actually get taken to the new part of the, the deleted section of the Vulkar base or not. Because I could be completely wrong and it's not actually in this mod. So we'll find out. This looks like the vanilla game to me, so maybe the additional level isn't in this mod. I could be completely wrong.
What?
So, Karth, let's destroy some droids for a bit. Preferably shoot at the droid. There we go.
Huh?
What?
Oh, hello. Is this it? Well, there's a door here, which I don't recall this door ever being a thing before, but apparently it doesn't open anything. I actually don't know, I could be completely wrong and maybe the mod hasn't restored it, but whatever. Ready? Yep, I thought I'd die. Not surprised there. Oh, mission's done too. Okay, Karth, run away for a second. Put an energy shield on, in case you get killed too. Karth's aiming game isn't very good tonight. What's going on? Okay, run. Use a med pack or two, put the energy shield back on. Ah, Power Blast, that did better damage to the garage head. Why are you missing, Carl? Thank you. Don't run round, silly.
Yeah?
On the plus side, impossible difficulty is making me use med packs for a change, which I suppose is nice.
Sure.
I think I'm going to have to use energy shields quite a bit here as well. So everyone is going to require an energy shield.
Yeah?
What?
And then we'll take out whoever's left. Another good kick to the face, especially when it does loads of damage. Awesome, so they don't have anything I can pick up, but these guys do. Heavy Blaster, we can give that to Mission, because that does a bit more damage. Awesome. I really need to look up what the Restoration Mod actually resurrects, because there are certain things that have been removed from the game that haven't actually been brought back by the Restoration Mod, and maybe the Black Vulkar base wasn't part of it. I'll have to double check. So pick up whatever they've got. Ooh, there's a footlocker here. Good. On the plus side, I do feel a little bit better now that we're better equipped, because I feel like I'm dealing more damage and I'm not dying as frequently as I was at the beginning of the game, which is good. And there's nothing out here, so let's look at the terminal. I did just open this, didn't I? This is the problem with Knights of the Old Republic 1, not having an empty sign by it once you've opened it is really unhelpful. And again, you've got open all security doors, upload area schematics. I don't think we need to open all the security doors, but if so, I can come back to this. Right, we're going to overload the swoop bikes because that will kill off some extra people for us. Or I think it just randomly spawns some enemies to kill who don't necessarily appear in the game if you don't do this. But we get a nice little cutscene either way. And we have 4 synchronized deaths, which is, you know, nicely choreographed. Garage office. We can overload the terminal in here if we really want to. Let's not do that. Loading bay. That's a really dangerous place to go. And the engine lab is where we want to be. And this is the reason I took Calf, because I think he may have one line of dialogue here. I know Mission definitely does, but Calf might potentially. But anyway, we'll find out.
Hey Karth, can I talk to you for a second?
Are you ready to have a civil chat? Or is this gonna be another childish tantrum?
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerf herder. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you.
Dialogue option number 2. That's actually quite amusing. It's about time you two made up.
Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. I mean, look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Karth.
Well, it's no big deal. I mean, I know how it is. Sometimes you just need to hear a few words of encouragement. Kids are like that.
Kids are like that? Listen, you... Oh, I get it. Okay, you got me. You're pretty funny, Karth. For an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
Mission, are you okay? You're doing some weird spasm-like movements there. Anyway, that was actually quite a nice, fun little conversation. I always quite liked that one. And that's Karth and Mission's dialogue thread pretty much done. So, yeah, we never have to put them two together again. We do need to get one more Mission and Zalbar conversation, though, when we can. And I'm going to save here because the loading dock is going to be a pain in the arse.
No problem.
Didn't work. Ready?
Okay, it's impossible, so I do need to actually use that terminal. Give me a second. 3 computer spikes and a save later. I have finally opened all those doors up. So let's get everyone equipped with shields. And this is going to be a pain because this droid is a nightmare boss. Well, mini boss. Even though he's not the actual boss of this section of the game, but he's annoying as hell. So let's see. Oh god, I'm already dead. Okay. We want to... And this is precisely the reason why he's annoying. We want to use an iron grenade on this guy, because iron grenades are great against droids. If we don't die. Come on, mission. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Or maybe not. Next strategy. Everyone put their shields on.
Yeah?
Sure.
And then everyone's going to throw iron grenades at this droid, because this droid is annoying as anything. So, let's do this. 2 iron grenades, 1 iron grenade, and hopefully that should be enough. Mission, just be a sniper.
I'll show you.
How'd you like that?
Oh wow, okay, that actually went quite well. Awesome. If you noticed, the combat actions for my character didn't actually show up when I switched back, which can happen sometimes.
No problem.
Strongbox, can I open this?
Got it.
I can, awesome. 6 computer spikes and 2,000 credits, wow. Okay, that is the reason to come inside the loading base, simply to get 2,000 credits. You don't get that very often. We do need healing though. Calf, you can level up, no problem. And 2 feats for you. Oh, what to give you? This might actually be quite tricky because Calf's already quite, tanky to begin with. So we will give you implants. Is tempting simply because Calf normally doesn't have access to implants in my game. But I think for now the you know what, actually let's give 1 in the conditioning and then 1 in the, oh no, toughness is there, right, toughness and the conditioning one, because we can always give him implants at a later date anyway, so that's fine. And I'm still going to hold levels for me, which I'll no doubt regret in a few minutes time, I will imagine. Well, I can imagine rather. I can imagine regretting not leveling up. Mines, so mission. You deal with these and recover them to either use or sell later. I always did like the Black Vulkar base part of the game, though. It's actually one of my favourite sections of Taris, simply because it's refreshing to play through after the Undercity, and it also means that the halfway point of Taris is almost done once you do this and the Swoop Race and rescue Bastila. And I think I'll probably die again in a moment, but that's fine. Or maybe not, because they were poorly equipped. Oh, there's a workbench here. That's actually perfect. So that means I can actually upgrade some weapons. Saves having to do that back at the hideout. And we've got armour to upgrade, so I can put on extra defense bonus and some damage resistances to, I think, the cold and fire are normally things like grenades and, so on and so forth. Grenades and any droids that use those elements. And mission can't have anything. Right, melee, prototype vibroblade, upgrade this, so we've got +3 physical and +4 physical. That's really good, awesome. Ranged, cast blaster can have all of these, so we can have an attack modifier +1, a extra damage from 2.7 to 3.8, extra damage again to 4-9, and attack modifier at +2 instead of +1. Right, so Karth's blaster is now a beast of a weapon. Zalbar's blaster, if we really wanted to, we could improve that to 211, but I don't plan to use Zalbar's bowcaster, so there's no point upgrading that. There we go, we're now much better equipped for any battles we come across. And we can finish off the Black Vulkar base shortly, once I've actually had a look to see if the extra level is actually here on in the Black Vulkar base. Well, yeah, it says it's restored. It's the Cut Vulkar base sub-level, but I don't know where it is. Is it on the map? How odd. I don't actually know where it is, so who knows, basically. And now we're going to be at the boss battle of Taris, of this section of Taris anyway. I'm expecting to die here, so that's a bit of a waste of a med pack on my part, but okay. I'm expecting to die quite a lot here, so expect deaths.
Kuya mi juz kachita naipatoga ya fulki kukula jiti kawana bota aayut tagwa kankidorati kun watati manaithabola.
Breshik stole that engine from Gadden. It was never yours to begin with.
Kavatumpa kun palyiya mokapata. Bonanay kachu. Yinkin kunoba mulirachi kun tong nabun shanyunyang. Kavavolpa mulchi kamana.
Wanna chick yongi? Wanna vota con titariti? Chichintoma tunka kola yame jua. Na kanki jiki nai potoka. No wanna bota.
Kachichu aitha odunga.
Alright, sorry I wasn't skipping the dialogue there. I was just reading up about the Black Vulkar base. I'm trying to find out what's going on here. You're right, I'm not one of the Becks. My name's Red Varna.
Tonga bugsham uninong. Wanga kun Beast King.
You've got my attention, what's your offer? Because I'm going to play fair and hear them out, even though I've never seen any real reason why you would want to side with the Black Vulkars.
What? You can't betray Gadden. I won't let you.
Jashank bogra hulwan chiska nichu. Achuba chiska wanki. Ditoki gratuk kunticha kun king ka chona pro. Bogra walya nabung sha. Nekchichona chuba King Lorda Aithakun.
No, that's not true. You're lying.
Mana tota. Akuji gratuk pola.
They said I was too young.
Shagji King Lord Chawata uma. Kava volpa mulji gumana. King kun shachi king. Ni king kun oba mulira jikun. Wama kun bes. Chin palamuji. Tunira nu prata dunko. Sercha domandoma?
Well, yeah. Some of them were. But you Vulkars have tried to kill me more than once.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aithao donga. Tolpada bonk mo.
But Gadden said Breshik...
Kipuna! Puna na kachu.
You're right. I don't need anyone but Zalbar. If Gadden dies, he's only getting what's coming to him.
It's interesting here because this conversation kind of proves that Mission is still fairly naive and she can be easily manipulated. Again, I never saw a valid reason why I would ever side with the Black Vulkars. I have done it before, and it is interesting to go back to the hidden base and kill them all, but I've never seen a genuine, convincing reason why I would want to, considering I'm trying to save Bastard and everything, and this could potentially jeopardise that chance. So don't listen to him, Mission. He's twisting your mind.
Smilia.
Achuta.
And I think grenades... Oh, shields have ran out. That's a shame. Frag grenade time, I think. Everyone spam frag grenades. Keep spamming them.
You'll never get me.
I'm pretty sure I did throw a grenade. What's going on? There we go.
Take that. What?
What? That wasn't too bad.
Huh?
Apart from the fact we've lost a lot of health. And I died. Another... Ooh, we got something through our head. That would be useful. Disruptor pistol. I can't remember if that's any good. But we've got a new type of energy shield with the Sith one, which is quite nice.
What?
Mission, recover the mine for us, please.
Sure.
And we've got the Swoop Accelerator, which we can now take back to, you know, the Hidden Beck base. And that's pretty much this section of the game done, unless if I can find the cut part of the base out, which is really weird to me. I'm not sure why it hasn't turned up in this version of the mod, considering it appears to be part of it. Unless if it's been removed because of, you know, conflicts with the main game, which apparently is a thing looking at this thread on here. I'm going to check my map one last time just to see if I'm not missing anything. Office, garage, engine lab, loading bay, main base. I'm just going to see if there's... I must be missing something. Okay, there's nothing with that. It's a garage, elevator, pool. No, this is all just stuff that I've already explored. I'm going to assume that it's not in my version of the restoration mod. Maybe it's been removed. Maybe it's, you know, there was a conflict somewhere. Or maybe it was just a conflict in general. I don't know. But, yeah, let's... leave the Vulkar base, and I'm going to assume there's enemies outside, so let's just med pack ourselves up. What? I'm a bit interested that Calf's treat injury skill is at 7, yet he takes ages to heal.
What?
What?
Mission can stay as she is. And that's us done with the Black Vulkar base, unless if I can find anything out about the cut section of the actual Black Vulkar base and why it didn't show up in my version of the restoration mod that I downloaded. But anyway, this has been Knights of the Old Republic. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Goodbye.